Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Tara T and I'm here to provide 5 new patterns that I have tried recently and just wanted to give a quick little recap on these patterns in case you needed some new inspiration to try when it comes to crochet. So I'm going to just literally get right into it. Like I said, we have 5 new patterns. They're all completely different. Some of them are free on Instagram that I found. Some of them I was scrolling through Instagram and found Etsy links in people's bios and ended up upon these patterns. But I thought these were all super cute. They all turned out very well, actually. And I'm very excited to share them with you today. So if you do try any of these, please comment down below. Of course, I want to see what you guys make and which ones you enjoyed the most out of these 5 free, or not, they're not all free patterns, but out of these 5 new patterns that you could try. So without further ado, we will hop right in. I hope this motivates you and gives you some inspiration. But the first one I did, it might be one of my favorites out of the 5. But here we have Kitty the cat. I just love how this kitty turned out. I was looking, and when I saw the pattern at first, it looked kind of Minecrafty, like the Minecraft cat to me. So I was like, I have to get this little guy. So I got the pattern, I tried it. There's a like little patch version, but there's also a spotted version that has like random patch colors as well on the rest of the body. This is technically just like the more solid color version of it in the pattern. But I got this one off of Etsy. Again, it's called Kitty the Cat. It's by DE Crochet Patterns on Etsy. I got it on sale for, let's see how much I got it for. I got it for $6.81, but like I said, it does come with 2 different versions, the spotted and just like the solid version, which is this one. But it turns out so stinking cute. You could also sew the head like more on top of the body versus like in front of the body, but I thought it just looked more, again, kind of Minecrafty with it on the front like this. Something about it's just like kind of boxy, and I absolutely love that about this pattern. I used the new Dots collection as well from Bernat. So this is the Pebble Beach color, and then I just used vanilla in Bernat for this kitty, and then I got the pink. And again, this was the pink in the last video that I was like, I love this pink. If somebody knows what this pink color is, please tell me. And my mom actually found it. Okay, she went to Michael's and she found it for me, and it was called tan pink, if I remember right, which was like really weird because I'm like, it's not even tan, it's literally bright stinking pink. But it is the perfect color of pink for stuff like this especially, which is exactly why I wanted her to go ahead and pick me up another skein, and she did. So I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, we have the little whiskers that are embroidered on with some acrylic yarn. These sparkly eyes, these blue ones are so pretty. I just love this color. And then the little embroidered nose. It's so cute. But the readability of this pattern was fantastic. It was very clearly laid out for everything. The only thing that I had a little bit of trouble with at first was you make the 4 legs, obviously, but then you start with a magic ring and then you connect them all to that magic ring. That's still always so complicated to me. I don't know why, which is why I don't like to do a lot of 4-legged creatures a whole lot. So it took me like a try or 2 really quickly, but I figured it out. They had lots of like information in the pattern though, and it was very helpful though, I will say. So I did enjoy this pattern thoroughly. I'm not sure I'll make it again just because the sheer size of this project's like, I mean, it's definitely very big. It compares very closely to, both in time and size, to Camille the Sitting Cow by Jen's Crafty Creations, and I love that pattern as well. So it kind of compares to that one, which is why I'm pricing this one also at $45, which is what I sell those for. Especially with the glitter eyes, the color changes, the embroidery, the color changes on the ears especially, like they are white on the tips, and then the dotted color, and then you also have to color change to the pinks on the front. It is a very time-consuming process, I would say, so it does take a while. But again, it took about 2 hours total, like $6.80 for the pattern, so it wasn't bad at all. It was probably on sale too when I got it actually, because I feel like that's a pretty good deal. So I loved this pattern. I love this kitty. Everybody loves kitties, so I'm very excited to be sharing this one with you. The next pattern that we have is something a little bit outside of my comfort zone, but it's for a friend. So I went ahead and made this pattern researched it. I looked and looked and looked to try to find a pattern in plush, and I could not find this pattern in plush, so I had to use it in acrylic. But it is 7 fun-sized pirates, as you can see over here. It's from Etsy, and it was how much? It was a pattern pack for, again, all 7, and they're inspired by the show One Piece. So it was $13.50 for all, and they're 50% off right now until I think it was August 9th, if I remember correctly. So if you're interested in this pattern, it is tagged down below. I would go get this pattern. But this is what it came out in the burnout yard, and I couldn't be more obsessed with it. It is so stinking cute. The little vest, the little details. I loved this pattern. I knew that going from acrylic to plush, it would upsize this project quite a bit. Okay, I knew that, but I didn't know it would be this much. So after I got the pattern, I looked, and like the biggest row was like 70 something rounds, I think, on like the brim of the hat. It's a very, very big pattern. It did take a very long time. I will say I love this pattern because I've not tried anything by this creator. Paradise Pattern GB is the pattern creator on Etsy, but 7 fun size pattern pack, and I only made the 1 out of the 7, but it has all of the One Piece characters in there, which was really cool to see. But what I really did like about this pattern is the color changes that they did. So whenever they did color changes on this pattern in particular, before they color changed, they did one last row in slip stitches in the back loops only, and then they would go and they color change, and then they would do single crochet in that stitch, I believe is what it did. So they had really, I think that's what it was. I don't want to say the wrong thing though, but the method that they had explained in the pattern was a very clear pattern choice, and it made the lines on like every single color change on this entire pattern so clean all the way around. And so even like the brim of the hat, like you can tell that it's just very clean. Like I love that. I love that look so much, and I'm so glad that they like described how to do it and walked us all through that. And then of course the little embroidery, the little nose is so cute. I just love this little guy, little Luffy. He's so cute. So I'm very glad that I got to try this pattern out. Again, I don't think I'll make all 7 of them, but I did get all of them since they come in the pattern pack anyways. And I mean, come on, like $6 since it was like half off was like insane to me. So 10 out of 10 recommend. I had no issues reading the pattern whatsoever. It was kind of my first time even trying a pattern that was like character-like as well, and I thought it was very easy and very thoroughly explained and everything, so it did not take long at all to do. I say it didn't take long to do, but with the sheer size of this project and everything, I think it took me like 3.5 hours, I believe, to get it done from start to finish. I was also a little distracted as well, but we don't need to talk about that part, so that's why I'm rounding down to like 3.5 hours. But this guy was so great. Like I said, it is for a friend, and if I were to sell this guy, I would probably sell him for at least $70 because of the time, the special eyes, the embroidery details on him, I mean, you have to do all of the hair, and then you have to go back and do all of the hat. Since it's not like a color change thing, it's literally a whole nother piece itself, so you had to do the whole hat itself. And this hat literally almost fits my head. Like, I can put it on my head if I didn't have my messy bun on right now. So that just shows you how big this pattern is. So I loved this pattern so much though. If you're a One Piece fan, I 10 out of 10 recommend this. Or if you do like Comic-Cons or anything like that, any kind of convention stuff, I should say, this would be a great pattern pack to get. And it turned out to be a great size, and I think $70 would be very much worth getting this cute little guy. The last paid pattern that we have for this video is going to be another one from Etsy. I actually found this pattern on Instagram whenever I was searching. Like I said, I found some really cute pictures of patterns, and I love to go to people's like descriptions underneath their posts and their reels, or their actual posts, the reels, whatever it is. I read the captions all the time, or their descriptions on that kind of stuff, because I always want to know what patterns you're using or what mods that you're using, so I can try to recreate stuff like you and try to tag you and stuff and all that kind of stuff. So I found this pattern by Hooks and Nooks on Instagram. I've had my eye on this pattern for a while, okay? But she has a no-sew bunny slash teddy bear pattern, so it's like a 2-in-1 pattern. But she also has several mods in there for like, she has a panda bear and like a t-shirt, so you can make like a Pooh Bear, and like so many other cute things. But then she's been recently posting pictures of her Scrappy versions of her bears, and I thought it would be so cute to try one out. She doesn't have an actual mod posted, but I winged it and I figured it out. But you can also, it says in her description to just message her and she'll send you over the details for all of that. So you can just always reach out to her and she can DM you that. Or maybe sometime soon that she'll release that. So just keep an eye out on their Instagram as well. But this guy turned out so cute. He's got like the new marbly bluey color. This is actually the perfect phasing yarn that I was talking about in a previous video, I believe, that I didn't know exactly like how to use it, but it turned out very cute all the way around. But they turned out pretty much the same color because all three of those pieces are the same. And then obviously I just picked a spot to kind of color change. And then you go back and you embroider the ears on. You surface crochet on the ears after, actually, which is, I love that because I hate sewing on ears. I'm always afraid that they're going to be lopsided or something, but the way that she had that described was perfect in her pattern. I mean, I couldn't have said it clearer myself in a pattern, so I loved how she described this in her pattern. And then obviously I go back and I embroidered the little white spots, like the little stitches per se, and I think he just turned out so cute. I love this guy so much. I want to make him in some other colors too. He does take quite a while. He does have face shaping, if you can see, like you pull down a stitch to kind of pull his eyes like in a little bit to kind of shape his face a little bit more, and then like I said, the embroidery in the nose, and you have to embroider on the eye if you want to. So this does take a little bit longer than a usual like teddy bear or bear pattern or anything, between the color changes and all of that. So I'd say that he took me right around 2 hours. For this guy, I'd say he took me right around 2 hours, so it wasn't terrible. But it's Nooks Hooks Shop on Etsy is their official Etsy shop, and yeah, I just love how this guy turned out. I'm excited to try like the bunny and the panda bear mod and the Pooh Bear mod. I think that would be very cute with this pattern, as I do love it. And I had several people, I've already posted it a couple places, and they were like, ah, he's so cute. So I'm like, I definitely want to make more of these guys. But the pattern itself cost, let's see, it was $5.79 and it was on sale, so I love that. I think they are always running sales. I followed their shop for quite a while, but like I said, I had my eye on it, and then I saw the sale pop up and I was like, for sure, gotta get it this time. And if I were to sell him at a market, which I will be in my next market, I'm probably gonna do 40. I know that feels like a lot for this guy, so I might go down to 35 maybe. But between all the color changes, the embroidery, the face shaping and everything, he did take me quite a while to make. I think he took me right at 2 hours to make, or right under 2 hours maybe to make him. So it was very time consuming even after he got done and he had to do all the detail stuff. But I love how he turned out. I can't wait to make like a pink one and a purple one. I want to do one in like every like little cubby hole of mine. So like a little reddy pink one. I did the blue one. I want to do like a tealy green one, a purpley one, and then like a neutral one. I think that would be so cute with this pattern. I just can't. He's so cute. Our fourth pattern that I'm going to talk about today is a small item. I know a lot of these have already been big items, but this is a small free pattern on Instagram that I just stumbled into. It's something I had thought about making for a while, especially after I got these new burnout colors that I'll show you in a second. So I had my eyes on this for a while, and it is the mini pea pod pattern. It is just so cute. It's by MMC, by Steffieb. I don't know how to say that. MMC by Steffieb. But I will put it here on the screen too. But this little guy turned out so cute. I made several of them. They took me about 20 minutes each to make. By the time you go back and you surface crochet on like the little face, or not surface crochet, you embroider on the faces and you make the little pea pods for them to go into. They do come out of the little pea pods, like they're just put in there, and I think that's adorable. It would be really cute to put like a build your own pea pod little station almost. And I gave them different faces, like the me, and then the happy, and then the little angry ones. I think these are so cute. I think these will be a perfect new little addition to like my $8 bin is what I'm thinking. But the instructions were very clear and they were very quick and easy. That would be a very easy item to like prep in bulk, because you can make like all of the peas with just that color, and then you can switch and do a bunch of pea pods, and then like I said, you can match them up or you can leave them separate and have people build their own, which would be fun too. But like I said, this was a new burnout color that I used for this that kind of inspired me to find some pattern like this. And this is the new burnout green that recently came out. I feel like not a lot of people know about this pattern yet, or not this pattern, this color yet, but it's literally just green, and it's like the perfect, like just green color. I just don't know how to describe it other than literally green. So it is baby blanket. It's a little bit, at least my skeins, a little bit on the rougher side of baby blanket, but it's still very soft, not bad at all. But it's just the perfect green that we've all been waiting for. So I had to grab one. They also had some other new colors recently come out. You can look into that. I think they had one called like melon even. I think they had a new pink, and then like clary sage maybe. I think that might have been another new one. But they had several new colors kind of quietly drop. So I would definitely be looking at your Joann's for that, because this green is, I mean, perfect turtle color, perfect for these little pea guys. I'm very excited to be using this and mixing it with some of my other fun colors that I've recently gotten in past videos. So I'm very excited. The last pattern we have is the pocket seal pattern that I found on Instagram. It was a free pattern. It was by vanilla_gurumi. I thought this pattern was so adorable when I first saw it. It's kind of giving like the loaf cat, you know, that everybody's been making lately, but a little bit smaller and just chunkier. I think he's so cute, and I even embroidered on his little nose like you're supposed to, and his little like little whiskers and his little tail. It's just so stinking adorable. I love him so much. So this little guy again was just a pocket seal. I liked this pattern. The only thing I did not like about this pattern was there was a lot of sewing that I found a little unnecessary. Like you had to make like a magic ring, which is technically a snout, and then you like just fastened off and then you continued on the body, and I'm like, there's another way to do that. So I modified just the nose part to where I didn't have to do that, because they were like the line right after each other, and I was like, yeah, let me just work those two pieces together. But then by the time I got to the end, you make like this half of the tail and this half of the tail, and you connect them and then you sew them on too, which really isn't that bad either. But I found an easier way to, instead of sewing them on separately, which I think might be what it's said to do, I just single crocheted across and then sewed them on all together. But this little guy turned out so cute. This is the frosting yarn by Bernat. I believe it's like Sunday Times, if I remember right. It's like the grayish one, but it's so cute. I want to make more of these. I think for the first time running through this pattern, I think it took me about 40 minutes, but I think I can definitely get that down a little bit more. But I will be charging $15 for these, and again, it was Vanilla Gurumi, free pattern on Instagram, and it was so cute and so fun to try a new pattern. I need to get better at embroidering the noses though, I will say that, but he's very cute. I also have some of the button-on noses that would be really cute on these too. So I just want to know your guys' favorites. I think my favorite again was definitely the Scrappy Bear. I've got some big ideas to try to make one in like every single color back here. Even like the neon ones that I got for like the Big Twist plush yarn, I think would be like super cool to make like a neon little Scrappy Bear, or like a small Sweet Snuggles one too as well. I know that her pattern she used, I think it was some smaller chenille yarn. It was not Bernat, so hers turns out smaller. But you can go check out their Instagram to see some more inspiration. She's got some super cool color combos and stuff on there. I love it so much. It definitely gives me inspiration every time I look at their Instagram. I think it's just so cute, and I'm so glad that I got to try one. But yeah, I loved all of these patterns. I hope that this will inspire you guys for your next market make. If you have any questions about any of these patterns, please let me know. Otherwise, these are all going to be linked down in the bio here, or the description, sorry, so you can get these patterns today. And if you have any questions, again, just comment them down below. And if you need anything else from me, you know where to find me, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!